Welcome to our third trimester. I'm feeling the baby so much now, stretching and growing. So let's create space with moving and breathing into some poses that'll help open our hips, hearts, and airways. From now until when the baby arrives, yoga might not be as challenging physically, and we'll prepare for labor and delivery. Let's start sitting down today. Find your most comfortable way to sit and be. Take a few breaths in, just contemplating how we have grown this baby for 28 weeks now. We have nurtured and fed and rested with this baby. Taking care of ourselves in this yoga practice is the best way we can care for our baby right now. Place your hands on your knees and feel how evenly you're sitting on your sit bones. Now we'll start to make circles with your upper body, feeling all the areas in our hips that might have some need for space, need for opening up. And then switch directions with your circles, feeling good. And you can do this anytime to gain awareness of what is going on in your hips as they are expanding along with your baby. Coming back to sitting up and lengthening your spine through the top of your head, breathing in and out through your nose. Maybe breathing from the back of your throat, using your belly to pump the oxygen. Inhale, hands come up above, and then clasp them behind your head, letting your elbows drop in from the weight of your head. Just a slight stretch in your neck, and then inhale and open those elbows. Let the weight of your head press into your hands. And once more, breathing out and dropping in, and then breathing in and opening up, chest lifts. Release your hands and then clasp them behind your back. Bring your fist to the left side of your body, stretching out your right shoulder, dropping your left ear gently to the left. Breathing here, looking in front of you, and then come back to center and place your fists on the right side, breathing into it. Drop your right ear towards the right shoulder if it's okay on your neck. And still sitting tall, chest up, and then release and come back to center. Take a couple neck rolls, not kinking the back of your neck too much. Breathe out and roll down, and breathe in and looking more forward and up. And then switch directions, circling it out. Just close your eyes and go as slow as your breaths. And then at the center, we'll move our arms like we did with our neck. So inhale, arms rise out and up, and then exhale them down. A few more times like that. Inhale them up. Maybe look up, reaching out, and then exhale and relax them down. Just as slow. Breathe in to lift and maybe arch your upper back. And exhale, release all the way down. Inhale and rise, lifting. And then exhale, let it all down. Take your shoulders up and roll them back a couple times. Feeling good, just being here and slowing down your breaths and just focusing on your movements. Okay, now place your fingertips behind you and breathe in to lift your head and chest, opening up the front of your body. Stay light in your fingertips and relax your shoulders away from your ears, breathing and feeling good. Stay here, or you may want to place your palms down and press your baby forward, coming onto your knees a bit, lifting but stabilized through your core and low back. And then come back to sitting. Now we'll come onto all fours and step your left foot outside your left hand and even outside your mat a bit. Place your palms down underneath your shoulders or a little wider. Breathe in and sink into your lunge. Chest is lifting, shoulders relaxing. Let's make sure our pelvis is even here, so try not to collapse into the right hip, but draw the left hip down and right hip even with your left. And so now breathing out, straighten out that front leg for a second. And then inhale to rebend. and go right into circling out your hips in as wide of circles out as you want. Breathing in to bend your left leg and breathe out to straighten it a bit more. Coming all the way around in wide circles. We found a neutral level spot in the pelvis as we held still, but now it's a fluid movement, opening your pelvis, letting any tension release. And then switch directions, just noticing any tight spots and realizing that's why we're here, and moving in a way that's unrestricting. Breathe into your ball and socket joint, feeling good in your hips and focusing on your pelvis opening as it goes around. And then come back to folding over your left leg, taking a big inhale through your nose. And then exhale out your mouth, going in a little deeper. Rebend your leg, dropping in, sacrum level now, and then come out of it, stepping back to all fours. Feeling centered, and then step your right foot outside your right hand, outside of your mat. Pressing through your palms and fingers. Inhale, chest rising, shoulders falling, making sure the right hip is even with the left, and chin falls towards your chest for a relaxed neck and heavy head. Exhale and straighten out your front leg for hamstring stretch. And then inhale, bending into your right knee, and go right into circling out your hips with wide circles. So inhale to bend your right leg, and breathe out to straighten, circling hips back and around. This is rolling out your ball and socket joint and loosening your pelvis. Remember your level pelvis and stillness in your lunge, and then think about how you're rolling around that center position, letting all the tension release. And switch directions, moving with your breath, moving around your baby, cradling down in the center. Make this light and easy. Ground into your right foot and back knee for balance to take some pressure off your hands. And then come to stillness and folding over your right leg, taking a big inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth, fully surrendering. Rebend your right leg, chest lifts, sacrum level, and come out of it, stepping back to all fours, tabletop position. And turn your fingers pointing towards you now and shift your weight forward and back gently to stretch out your wrists. Make sure this feels good and there's no strain. If you want, you can always make fists on the ground if your wrists have any pain. Rocking a little bit more to balance out your wrists, and then come to center. Flip your palms around again, tuck your toes, lift your hips up to down dog. Bend one knee and get into the side stretch, and then bend the other, releasing your heel towards the ground in your straight leg. Keep equal pressure in your hands as you pedal out your hips and legs. And then come to center, lifting your heels high up in the air, and exhale to release them back down. Lift your tailbone even higher, and exhale to release your chest towards the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, right leg up to the sky, and stay here for a breath in three-legged dog. Opening up. Good, feel that right hip open, and then exhale and bring your knee to your nose and step through to your hands for a nice wide stance. Bend into your front leg a lot, knee right over your ankle, reach forward and then up into crescent. Draw your right hip back and left hip forward to be even with each other. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, sink deeper in the legs. Inhale, chest up, and exhale, place your hands down to step back to plank. Set your knees down on the mat. Release your toes back behind you. Press your chest forward and up into modified up dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale and left leg goes up to the sky, letting the blood release from your leg. Keep equal pressure in your hands, opening your hip. And then next, exhale, step your foot up in between your hands. Come to your fingertips to set yourself up for steady balance. Inhale, arms forward, head reaching forward, and then sweep up above you, crescent pose. evening out your hips, staying low in your legs. Now breathe. Inhale and fingertips reach more. Exhale and sink low. Inhale, chest lifts, look up, and then exhale, hands come down. Stepping back into plank with knees down. Good, bending your elbows, and then inhale through to your up dog, shoulders tracking down, and then big breath out to lift you up into downward dog. In down dog, lift your tailbone higher and bend your knees to walk up to wide stance forward fold. Feeling how heavy your head can be no matter how much your baby will allow you to fold. Now bend your right knee and breathe into your left side leg. Take a couple breaths here, allowing something in this deep stretch to soften. Head remains heavy, fingertips are light on the mat or maybe your block. Take subtle movements in this stretch in order to release, but realize how your deeper exhales are what will soften and allow you to relax. Now slowly switch sides, so bending into your left leg, keeping steady grounding through both feet, relaxing your neck. Notice how this side might be different, so take subtle movements and find a spot that needs more of your oxygen. And take that big breath in, and then take a deeper exhale. And now come back to center. Lift your toes and feel equal pressure through all four corners of both feet. Bend into your knees and slowly stack your spine up, coming to stand slowly after our inversion. Take a big inhale to sweep your arms reaching out and up. Maybe look up. And then breathe out to fold over yourself again with a flat back. Inhale halfway up and exhale, fold in again. Hands come down and step your left foot back and set it down on the ground. 90-degree bend in your front leg, and we'll draw your left hip forward and then reach your arms up to warrior one. We'll hold here for a few breaths in this strengthening pose. Feel the opposite forces pulling as you draw your right hip back and press through the outer edge of your left foot. Finding strength and lift by feeling like your inner thighs are scissoring towards each other. And stay low in your legs. Maybe try clasping your hands together above you, pointer fingers up, looking at one spot in front of you for balance. Or you can just cross your thumbs with open palms. Now inhale and arch your upper back to look up, breathing just as deep in this opening. Exhale and stay lower in your legs. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Drawing your fists towards your left ankle, allowing you to open your upper back even more. Stay low in your legs, breathing into it and opening for a couple more breaths. Exhale out your mouth if you need the release. And then on your next exhale, come forward, reaching the crown of your head, dropping in on the inside of your leg for humble warrior. So the bottom of your palms are pressing together, sweeping your right hip underneath you and staying steady. Press through your back foot to keep that leg straight. Head is heavy and neck is released. Surrendering and softening something as your legs say, stay strong. Then release your hands and press on your right thigh to lift you back up to warrior one. Then exhale and place your hands down, step straight back into down dog, or you can go through vinyasa with plank and then knees down. Inhale, tailbone up as chin presses forward. And then exhale back to your downward facing dog. Big breath in through your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Next, inhale, lift your left leg up and exhale to step it through between your hands. Set yourself up so 90-degree bend in your front leg, drawing your right hip forward, left back, and inhale, arms up to warrior one. All right, warrior mamas, breathe through the challenges and strengthening with full breaths here. Press through your back foot for a strong, straight back leg. Lift from your low belly behind and under your baby, and sink lower in your legs. Now maybe clasp your hands together above you, looking at one spot in front of you for balance, or just cross your thumbs in the opposite way with open palms. Now inhale and arch your upper back to look up, straight arms. Exhale, get low. Inhale, open your heart. And breathe out, clasp your hands behind you, opposite thumb this time on top of your grasp. Palms pressing the whole time to protect your shoulders, reaching towards your right ankle, opening here and drawing your low belly up to reduce arching in your low back. Take a big sigh out your mouth to release. Then on your next exhale, come forward, reaching flat back and releasing down for humble warrior as arms stretch above you. Try stacking your hips a bit more, so sweep your left hip underneath you, but keep your balance. Relax your jaw as your head goes towards the ground. Surrendering here. And make sure your front leg is at 90-degree bend, ankle right under your knee. Then release your hands down and use your hands on your thigh to lift you back up to warrior one, arms reaching. Then exhale, palms down, step straight back to down dog or go through vinyasa to plank with knees down, coming into your modified up dog. Shoulders relax and exhale back to your downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose, filling it up, and then sigh it all out your mouth. Now we get to come down to our mat, so place your knees wide and push back into child's pose. Take the biggest breath in here and breathe it out to sink into your hips. The aim is to sit back on your heels, but feel how your baby in the middle of you might be changing the shape of your relaxed child's pose. Realize that lots of new changes are coming when this baby arrives, and that baby is in the center. Now press on back up to sitting and roll off to your right hip, swinging your legs in front of you, and then use your hands and forearms to come down on your side. Prop your head up with your hand, or you can place a block underneath your head as a pillow. And staying on your side, keeping your hips stacked and shoulders stacked on top of each other, take your knee up into your side or towards your armpit. If you feel totally unsteady here, place a cushion behind the length of your spine for support. And once you're here in this nice stretch, roll out your ankle and get some blood flowing there, reducing any swelling that might be around your ankles and feet. And reverse directions, working out the kinks and feeling good in your hip and groin stretch too. And now let go of your knee and place your fingertips down in front of you. And you can circle out your knee now, getting as wide of range of motion as you want, working your glutes a bit, but mostly feeling good in your hip joint. And reverse directions, staying balanced and stacked with your shoulders and hips. And then straighten your leg any amount, holding onto your thigh, your calf or your foot, feeling your whole leg stretch slightly. Inhale deeper, and then exhale deeper. Good, slowly release your leg and set it down, rolling onto your back, right over to the other side. Set yourself up with your hand or your block under your head and your joints are stacked and comfortable. When you're situated, take your knee gently towards your armpit, relaxing your foot, softening your glutes. Feel the stretch in your hip flexor and groin, and then roll out your ankle and steady your mind to focus on the sensation of what's happening in your body. Maybe your baby is moving at different times during this practice. Reverse directions of your ankle circles, really getting the blood circulation going. And notice how we've been aiming to increase the flow of energy in our entire bodies with breathing and moving. Now fingertips go down in front of you for balance, and then circle out your knee. Go as slow as you want to go, making it feel good. This side might feel a little bit different, and that's okay. Try to relax all your muscles as you work at the same time. And reverse directions, staying balanced and stacked with your shoulders and hips. And then straighten that leg any amount, holding onto your thigh, your calf, or your foot, and feeling the stretch down your leg. Maybe flexing your foot. Take one more long, slow breath to fill your lungs, and then slowly let it out as your leg comes down. Bend your knees and use your hands and forearms off to the side to press back up to sit. Sit comfortably, so I like to use a cushion so my sit bones are tilting forward and the pressure is on them instead of my tailbone. Sit up on something if you are rounding at all in your low back. We want a nice curve in the low spine and our baby's falling forward. So cross your legs in front of you where your right leg is on top of your left. And then keep bringing your knees towards each other until ideally they are stacked on top of each other. Sitting up tall and reaching through the crown of your head, feet are relaxed, and breathe out to relax your hips. Stay here if you feel the stretch in your outer leg or in your hip. Inhale, arms sweeping up, fingers reaching, and then exhale as arms slowly come down and chin tucks in towards your chest to let your head relax and come forward any amount your baby will allow. Folding in and breathing out to let the muscles release. Breathe in through your nose to a count of 4. And then breathe out to the same silent count. This should feel really good to let gravity take over and surrender in. Next, inhale, stack your spine back up and shine through the top of your head. And smile. And then place your fingertips down to your right. Just place the balls of both feet on the mat right where they are. And start to lift your hips and just spin around yourself. So not thinking about it at all. And once you come back to facing forward, just sit back down and your left leg should be on top of your right. Stack your knees and adjust your sitting stance to be forward leaning. It's great to have your knees a bit lower than your hips. Just sitting here and breathing for a second. Taking time to assess how this side feels and getting more into that right side stretch and opening. Then inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, folding in. So that might just mean releasing your arms and bowing your head. Or you might come forward any amount, always keeping your hips on the surface underneath you. Inhale to a count of 4, filling up. And then let it go just as slow. Allow time to do the work in letting your muscles relax. Maybe think about how light your shoulders feel or how grounded both hips are. And then coming up on an inhale, slowly stack your spine, letting your head come up last, and release the cross of your legs, coming down on your side to lay back on your mat. And set your cushion or your block aside. Feet are placed flat on the ground with your knees right above them, and get ready to come into bridge pose for 3 breaths. So looking up and slightly back, press into your palms, lifting your tailbone, and then rolling up and breathing your tummy to the sky. Maybe clasp your hands underneath you or just keep pressing into your palms to lift a little bit higher. Press into your feet and relax your glutes. Expand and release, feeling oh so good. And then slowly roll all the way down as you breathe out. And once you're down, gently bring your ankles up to 90-degree bend and then slowly rock off to the left for a gentle twist. So belly goes in the direction of your knees as right chest opens up. Right arm maybe cactuses out to the right side. And breathe out to release the low back. Really nice. Inhale and lift your legs back up to a reclining chair pose. and exhale them over to the right, only twisting gently in your upper chest, opening the left shoulder. This should feel relief and like a repair for the low back. And once you're on this side, grab your cushion and place it underneath your sacrum. Take your knees into your sides and then gently straighten your legs up in the air if that feels okay for you. We'll invert our legs to allow for more circulation through to our feet. You can place your bum close to a wall if you'd like support and rest your heels on the wall. Press into your palms if that helps, or even better, just relax everything as much as you can. Even though your low belly and hip flexors are turned on here, just try to soften and relax something, like your thighs or your jaw, or relax your forehead. Time and gravity will again be your friend in this pose. And when you're ready, slowly bend your knees, gently rolling to one side, and push yourself up with forearms and hands. Sit on up on that cushion, and then extend your legs out in a comfortable V in front of you. So let your belly hang forward, breathing in and expanding. Track your toes back, kneecaps go up. Inhale, reach your arms up. One last time, really big and open. And then exhale and release your hands down, making sure your shoulders relax in their sockets. Chin falls forward. Head is heavy, leading you down. Any amount to feel a light, easy stretch. Exhale and surrender in. Be in your own space, knowing the ground is holding you. So that alone makes you feel supported. Going forward into yourself helps your minds focus inwards. Deeper inhale and deeper exhale. And then slowly rise back up to sitting, taking your hands to your outer thighs to draw your legs together. Take your two blocks and place them at a T at the back of your mat. First block at its highest level, then the block in front of that at its medium height. Then lay the long cushion or bolster on top of the blocks for a beautiful recliner. Come down on it on your side, using your arms every time to get up and back down. Sit with your sacrum on or at the end of the bolster or cushion. Relax your head back into your support. Lay your palms out, facing up, letting your toes drop out to the side. If there's any pinching in your low back, scoot back on your cushion and put a rolled up blanket underneath your knees to help. Drawing your shoulders down away from your cheeks, find your most comfortable position and feel still. Just allowing your breaths to be natural. Maybe bring your hands to your baby. Feel fully rested, knowing you don't have to go anywhere, letting your mind focus on the baby growing inside of you. Stay here as long as you want in meditation, and when you're finished, smile.